Well, I would say the first thing that's the best for me is I can make my own decisions, use my own initiative, and be responsible for the outcomes. And if you're working for somebody else, people don't always want you to use your own initiative or be too enthusiastic. And it's something I can run with. I'm a very self-motivated person anyway, so to me it's a big benefit, you know, to run my own business.
Teamwork, like working together.
And it's something we've done.
Yeah. By ourselves, not adults, like training.
It's the fact that everything's down to you at the same fact. Running your business, it's like having your first child. It's like having your first child. You don't really know how to take care of it until something goes wrong, and then you suddenly spring into action. Do you know what I mean? It's the best way I can describe it. It's a lot of work, but you know that the work that you're doing is for you, which is always more fulfilling. You know what I mean? The work that you're doing is for you. So the way I see it is, if you know that you're going to reap the benefits, you always pull your finger out that little much harder or better. Do you know what I mean? So that's what running a business means to me. It means that you're in charge of your own destiny.
I think running your own business, I think it's nice that you don't have a boss to tell you what to do, but you can also incorporate your own hours and things into anybody else's input.
We've learnt very much that you've got to be very open to difference, really. That our idea has got bigger and bigger and bigger as it's gone on, really. Yeah. As we've learnt more and more.
From where we originally were and what we believed that we wanted originally, we've actually gone all different ways now, so it's and we've learnt so much along the way.
Picking your own hours and your own customers, and being able to phone the boss up and say you're not coming in today. That's the best bit about running your own business.
It's the most difficult thing has been replacing tools when they break down. I won't say it's difficult, it's just difficult because as a tool breaks down, you'll notice that the next job you'll need that same tool. You know what I mean? Those are the most difficult things, because you think, is everything fighting against me? Is everything against me? Why is that broken down when I should be doing this? You know what I mean? And the job that I've just said yes to today, I need that. So you know what I mean? So the most difficult thing is probably putting everything into perspective, whereas you've got to really manage your time properly. You know what I mean? You've got to manage your time properly. You've got to manage other people's time properly, because it's other people's houses or properties that you're going on to, and making sure that you give them the job that they deserve. Do you know what I mean?
I think that's been the long slog it takes to get there. But then, if you're passionate about it like I was, you're prepared to wait, you tide it out, you're ready for the storm. But yeah, it is actually worth running your own business for the personal satisfaction.
The hardest thing was the start up, making sure I got custom and that. It wasn't hard, it was maybe just a bit of a worry. But it seemed to just sort itself out.
To be honest with you, there's been nothing difficult. I've had plenty of support from Cafe West, from business people who work here, and from the local community. People have already set their own business up, and people have come forward and suggested things to make the business more successful and so I can expand. So I can't really say there has been a problem at all.
Getting all together at a certain time.
Short time to do a song. We're like short time, because like they say, oh, we need all the songs for this date, and then we didn't have like very much time.
And selling the CDs that were hard. I didn't sell one, but other people did.
I think probably selling ourselves, actually learning what we had an idea what we wanted to project, but really we've come a long way, and it's very different now to what we started. I'm being open to do that, and open to, I think we're about as open as we can be now, aren't we, to ideas, and people don't take things personally.
Yeah, because we had a bit of a conflict at first. When you're starting up a business, especially with a partner, you've both got different views and ideas, haven't we? And it was sort of batting them off, and we've had many a scrape, but it's been really challenging, but it's been really, I'm glad that I've been working with Joy, simply because I need that, somebody to support me as much, I guess, as I'm been supporting you. And realistically, what's been difficult as well is the financial side, because we haven't got lots and lots of money, so doing it on a budget, we've learnt so much.
I'm going to say it's like other people to make them buy it, because you not say.
We need to advertise it more. Knew about time as well.
No one knew about it.
Think hard and deep about other aspects what never got considered, i.e. childcare, cold weather, which I knew it was cold, but it really is cold and lonely some days out there. And buy a radio with batteries and take it with you.
I think what I've learned through it is what to invest the money in, and to how to promote yourself. And I think, as fabulous as it is, like putting yourself in the papers and etc., I think there's pros and cons, isn't there, to doing that, because we've found that we've actually got no work of doing that, and it's other areas that we've found that have been more achievable at less.
I think it's a learning curve though that you have to go through. I'm not sure.
Personally, there's nothing I would do any differently to what I've done already. I wouldn't change anything. I don't believe in looking back and saying, oh, I've made these mistakes, or I could have done that better, because it's human instinct. You know, we all make mistakes, you've got to learn from your mistakes. But when I do look back on what I've done and reflect, I think everything's gone well, and hopefully I'll do things better, you know, maybe in my next year, from the experiences that I've had already.
To tell you the truth, no, because it's like 6 months ago, I was just thinking about starting my own business, thinking about it, and now I've got my own business. So it's like there's nothing I'd do again. It's just the fact that people have got to realise that when you feel like you want to do something, the quicker you put it into action, the quicker you'll see your benefits.